The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Angie has made it easier than ever to connect with skilled professionals to get all your jobs projects done well. If you own a home, you know how much work it can take, whether it's everyday maintenance and repairs or making dream projects a reality. It can be hard just to know where to start, but now all you need to do is Angie that and find a skilled local pro who will deliver the quality and expertise you need. Angie has over 20 years of home service experience, and they've combined it with new tools to simplify the whole process. Bring them your project online or with the Angie app, answer a few questions, and Angie can handle the rest from start to finish, or help you compare quotes from multiple pros and connect instantly, which means you can take care of just about any home project in just a few taps. Because when it comes to getting the most out of your home, you can do this when you Angie that. Download the free Angie mobile app today or visit Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
No Laughing Matter.
I'm Jason Horton.
I'm Rebecca Lieb.
And this is Ghost Town.
For 40 years, the Just for Laughs Comedy Fest in Montreal was the defining comedy fest, making the careers of some of the biggest comedy powerhouses of our time. A kind of incubator for the next wave of comedians, the significance of being included in the fest would make or break a comic's career. And literally every comedian you know, I'm not being hyperbolic, has gone through Montreal to play its stage. But for such a successful comedy institution, JFL was fraught with mismanagement and controversy. For example, losing hundreds of thousands of dollars to a Nigerian prince-like fraud scheme. No, this isn't a profile of your parents' AOL account. Today on Ghost Town, the history and downfall of the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. Launched in 1983, Just for Laughs, or what it was known for in French, Juste pour rire, from the group Juste pour rire and founder Gilbert Rozon, was a hyper-local comedy showcase on the Saint-Denis Street in Montreal. The festival advertised 4 outdoor shows over the course of 2 nights, all in French. At this point, it was still a grassroots festival made for and by Montreal residents. That is, until 1985. In 1985, Juste pour rire launched an English component, called, of course, Just for Laughs. Among the performers in the English portion of the fest were Jay Leno, Kevin Nealon, and Yakov Smirnoff. In 1986, comedian Andrea Martin hosted a series of showcases featuring Louis Anderson and Paula Poundstone. And from there, the festival increased to a full month, with French-speaking performers during the first half and English speakers in the second half. In 1987, David Steinberg hosted JFL. Performers included Stephen Wright, Rowan Atkinson, and a Scottish comic who called himself Bing Hitler, better known as Craig Ferguson. Unknown 19-year-old stand-up Chris Rock also wowed audiences, a mere 3 years before he joined the cast on Saturday Night Live. In 1988, John Candy hosted, and in 1989, an up-and-coming comic named Jerry Seinfeld made his JFL debut. In 1990, Bob Newhart hosted the Showtime Gala. The Grand Marshal kind of host gigs were called galas, featuring a performance from another up-and-comer named Tim Allen. Also appearing at this festival was Bill Hicks and Jim Carrey. 1991 saw Mary Tyler Moore, Bobcat Goldthwait, and Milton Berle hosting galas at the expanding festivals. Noteworthy at these were Roseanne Barr and Tom Arnold singing on a variety show on closing night. In 1992, Lily Tomlin, Ben Elton, Alan King, and Penn and Teller hosted galas, including the talents of unknown performers Dave Chappelle, Ray Romano, Jon Stewart, Adam Sandler, and Drew Carey. In 1993, 97-year-old George Burns slayed, receiving the JFL Lifetime Achievement Award. So you see where this is going. The festival was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and in less than 10 years going from a small Montreal event to a worldwide sensation. And although Just for Laughs attracted audiences from around the world, many of those in the audience were talent scouts, booking agents, producers, and managers, looking to book the next big thing in comedy. In 1999, after seeing other comedians perform on its stages, including, again, Ray Romano, Greg Proops, Patton Oswalt, Jimmy Fallon, Penn and Teller, Kevin James, Mitch Hedberg, and God, so many more, Andy Nulman, the original organizer who decided to make an English component to the whole thing, left the festival. And while things changed, the momentum continued, even in subsequent years creating ancillary stages in Miami, Chicago, London, and Toronto, hosting new faces like, get ready for it, Gabriel Iglesias, Daniel Tosh, William Shatner, Mike Birbiglia, Kevin Hart, Demetri Martin, Bill Burr, Flight of the Conchords, Louis Black, W. Kamau Bell, Natasha Leggero, Rowan Atkinson, Amy Schumer, Tom Segura, and again, so many more. Are you sick of me listing famous names yet? I thought so. But on November 24th, 2010, JFL was having some struggles, and in response, it consolidated many of its venues. In 2011, it announced that the festival in the Saint-Denis Theatre would be recycled due to budget cuts. I'm actually not sure what that means, but a recycling doesn't sound good. But those 2 years, you had people like, wait for it, Louis Black, Colin Jost, Steve Martin, Gerard Carmichael, Rebel Wilson, and Ali Wong. So, still huge. Things kept on, and in 2017, JFL celebrated its 35th anniversary, receiving the Icon Award at the Canadian Screen Awards, presented by Dave Chappelle. But that same year, on October 18, 2017, festival president and founder Gilbert Rozon resigned from his position following allegations of sexual misconduct. Rozon later announced that he would sell the festival. On March 21, 2018, Just for Laughs Group was sold to an unlikely two buyers, U.S.-based talent agency ICM Partners and Ontario comedian Howie Mandel. In their purchase announcement, it was stated that Just for Laughs would remain based in Montreal and that there would be no changes in its management or operations. It was also stated that the partnership was seeking other local partners. In the wake of the Rozon scandal, Quebecor, a competing company of Just for Laughs Group, subsequently announced that it would become a, quote, founding partner of Le Grand Montreal Comedy Fest, an event established as an alternative to the now tainted JFL. That being said, Le Grand Montreal Comedy Fest only lasted 2 years after, JFL limping along, still outlasting it. On June 7, 2018, Just for Laughs confirmed that conglomerates Bell Media and Group CH had acquired stakes in the festival, and it went on for 2 years until, you guessed it, COVID hit. On April 3, 2020, it was announced that the 2020 edition of Just for Laughs would be postponed until the fall. However, on July 21, 2020, organizers reversed their decision and canceled the event altogether. But they wanted to do something, so they ran a series of virtual performances online for 2 days, on October 9th and 10th, 2020. The festival was back on for 2021, 2022, and 2023's 40th anniversary of the fest. Seemingly, it had bounced back, ready for the next 40 years. But JFL would abruptly shut down before its 41st year, its festering financial and political problems soon coming to a scandalous head. More after the break.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today. Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Hi, hello. How are you doing?
Hey, how's it going out there?
Oh, good. Yeah, it's going good. That sounds good.
All right, we're doing well.
We're doing well. Do we sound good? I don't know if we sound a little bit weird. We are currently in my car.
Yes.
We're on the run.
You know where we are?
Normally we're in one spot. Now we're in one different spot once. We're in my car in a parking lot at the, what is it, the Academy of...
The Academy of TV...
And something?
No, I think this is a TV Academy. It's the Saban
TV. Yeah. Beautiful North Hollywood. We were at a FYC event for John Mulaney's Everybody's in LA. Everyone's in LA. Yeah. And you watch it and then you eat free food and you think, you guys only care about the free food. Huh.
Yep,
That's right.
It's all right.
That's
literally hundreds of people in this place.
That's
all
correct.
Wanting to know what kind of grilled cheese will be outside.
Yeah. Rebecca promised a buffet. It was not a buffet.
To be fair, the last FYC I went to was for Hacks with my brother, and there was a prime rib buffet. So I was like really over-promising Jason stuff, and when we got outside, it was just like a bunch of sliders.
And the reason we're doing this like this is because I'm going out of town, and then when I get back into town, Rebecca's going out of town.
I'm going out of town, baby.
Yeah. So this is how we're doing it.
This is it.
And we don't stop.
We do not stop. Not for anyone. Not for you. Certainly not for...
It is for you, but
Yeah.
we don't stop
for you.
Yes.
No.
You can't stop us for doing this for you, even though you wish we
We are
would have.
relentlessly unasked to do these things.
Yeah.
And we are.
People hate it, and they
And we
do.
will keep it up.
Yes.
So... yeah.
And you know what? Who would not lay down their life for their government?
I would. Every day.
Every day, about to do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about those mayors.
The mayors.
They're always for my consideration.
Ooh, I like
They always are entered and they always win. I don't know what is it, Emmys? This is Emmys?
Emmys, yep.
Well, we got a couple of Emmy winners. Did you know that? There's a couple of Emmy winners?
Ooh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
Tell me
yeah.
more.
Somewhat obscure roles.
Great.
Somewhat obscure roles. I'll say that. A little bit obscure. Sorry, I think I had too many. I had too many sliders, and then I had a Rice Krispie treat. Like I had a gourmet Rice Krispie treat.
I was like, whoa, are you sure you want that slider? And Jason's like, I'll eat what I want.
Yeah, and then I was like, I regret it. All right, well, I'll tell you. In 1993, this mayor won an Emmy for her role as the kid in an episode of NYPD Blue. Ooh. Don't act like you don't know who it is. It's Kelly Meehan.
Hello.
In 1988, this mayor won an Emmy in her role as the caddy.
Ooh.
In an episode of Baywatch Nights.
Ooh, yeah.
It was a big golf scene that really threw everyone.
It was sexy night golf.
Sexy night golf. Mm-hmm. That's Casey Weber.
Hello.
In 2004, this mayor won an Emmy for his role as the CEO in an episode of Psych, the show Psych. Never saw it, but it's the show Psych.
It is a show.
It is a show. Uh-huh. That's Matthew Clemens LeRae.
Hello.
In 2009, this mayor won an Emmy for her role as the director in an episode of Entourage.
Whoa.
That's a good one. Classic. You open and close every conversation with that one.
2 seasons of Standard Hotel.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Well, that's Kat Joselle.
Hello.
This mayor won an Emmy in a 1995 episode of Friends as pet sitter.
Nice.
Which one had a pet? You have to go back to the episode of Friends to find out. That's Mercer Rothermel.
Hello.
This mayor won an Emmy in 1990 for her role in another cop show, which we've done an episode on, as Beat Cop in an episode of Cop Rock. Yeah, and she had to sing.
Yep.
So basically an EGOT.
God, triple threats.
That's Ashley Matson.
Hello.
and our governor. You probably hear of our governor a lot when you hear speeches given and they want to thank the Academy. Mm-hmm. You think they're thanking more than one person? No. They're thanking one person and one person only. Even was the foreign press. They always think the foreign press.
Yeah, no, fuck the foreign press.
Yeah, no. The Academy. Making all these things happen, making people disappear, making shows disappear.
That's right. In and out. She'll make you and she'll fucking break you because this is Hollywood, baby.
Yep. And chances are she might just break you. And you'll be like, hey, listen, it's the Academy.
You say thank you.
Yeah.
You say thank you to have been broken.
Break me one more time, please. Well, that would be our governor, Avian Noble. If you want no ads, no chit-chat, bonus episodes, just the good stuff, 7 days free, head on over to patreon.com/GhostTownPod. All right, you want to get back into some shady, seedy Hollywood business?
Yeah, we wouldn't know anything about that, or would we?
On March 5th, 2024, the 2024 edition of the Just for Laughs Festival was abruptly canceled, shocking audiences by stating it was millions of dollars in debt and trying to avoid bankruptcy, blaming lost revenues during the COVID-19 pandemic, streaming services, and reduced budgets at networks as the main causes for its end. People were floored that such a cultural touchpoint had seemingly vanished overnight, despite the sexual abuse allegations from its former head. But turns out these millions of dollars in debt were just the tip of the iceberg. A month later, it was exposed in documents made public by an insolvency trustee that the Just for Laughs and affiliated groups owed millions of dollars in unpaid debts to the tune of $22.5 million, with an additional $3.4 million on top of that owed to various creditors. But not only that, Just for Laughs and another affiliated festival, ZooFest, owed more than $78,000 to a Montreal convenience store called Dépanneur Le Unique. Wish I could find out more information on what the hell they owed to a convenience store, but alas, I cannot. According to La Presse, the Montreal Gazette, and CTV News, the debts that JFL had were, and here's just a list of what I found, more than $100,000 to more than 4 dozen television stations, as well as radio stations and newspapers across Canada, over $720,000 to Cartier Communication Marketing Incorporated, a Montreal advertising company who advertised the festival, $200,000 to Big Yellow Taxi Productions, who produced the Australian JFL TV programs in Montreal and Australia. And we're not just talking JFL owing large corporations money, these big entities. Smaller acts and businesses also were ripped off, according to court documents. The Fest, for example, owed $300 to comedian Mike Ward and $200 to Jeanette Reno, more to Australian comedian Jim Jeffries and Montreal's ambulance service, Urgences Santé. But that is not all. As these debts were servicing, and again, those are just some examples of the debts, they're not all, inventoried in public, but giving you a taste of things. JFL also admitted to another crucial and shocking piece of information, that the comedy festival lost more than $800,000 in an impersonation scam, a common fraud a la that Nigerian prince scam from years ago. Apparently, the fraud involved someone who created email addresses that appeared to be from L'Equipe Spectra and Group CH, companies that provide management services to Just for Laughs, La Presse reported. Using spoofed email addresses, the scammer or scammers instructed Just for Laughs to send payments to a new bank account, and between February and April 2023, Just for Laughs sent 3 payments totaling $8,013,657 to that bank account. JFL uncovered the scam in May 2023 and alerted Montreal police, but couldn't find out who perpetuated the scam. Of course, people were shocked by all of this information, and the internet went wild. Not only were people processing and reflecting the transgressions of the fest over the years, but the inequity in comedy and corporate hypocrisy as a whole. Here are some Reddit reactions. Here's from James in a Lake. He says, a grand total of like 10 sets over the last 2 years. It was the biggest stage to get a deal in a pre-internet era for any comic. Killing at the festival could get you TV deals and change your life forever. From Le Grand Lucifer, JFL was good when it started in the 80s all the way to the mid-2000s. At that point, there was a definite shift in tone and humor. They'd shove a bunch of people you'd never heard of on stage and who would never show up again either. Their performance was less humor than storytelling. And the more time passed, the worse the storytelling got. By the tens, it was already unbearable. The pandemic just helped kill the zombie it had become. From Jardensky, somebody at the Comedy Network was being sucked off to play just for laughs, gags 90% of the day. There had to be some kind of money laundering scheme. Had to be. From Historical Cup 7552, yeah, I kind of feel bad for them, like they are in $27 million in debt and now this. Like this is a bit sad, especially to the world's famous comedy festival. But on the other hand, this is beyond hilarious. They literally fell for a literal Nigerian prince email scam, but with the company they work with. They are so gullible, too, for an email scam of all things, literally the last thing I would hear relating to them. LMAO. From Mirror Attack, who's the one laughing now? And even a comic weighed in, from Dan Telfer Threads. He says, on Reddit of course, at JFL Montreal 2011 they told me I was in a show being taped for Canadian TV. Then when I showed up at the venue, they said I didn't have enough Canadian TV credits, and they changed their minds. I would not be surprised if all their email was run by confused 100-year-olds. This all just goes to show that even the most established of companies and tastemakers aren't ironclad, and when it comes to comedy and business, best to ask questions, stay curious, and this probably goes without saying, but I will say it, never ever pay a weird, unverified email that you don't recognize thousands and thousands of dollars. Got it?
Angie has made it easier than ever to connect with skilled professionals to get all your jobs projects done well. If you own a home, you know how much work it can take, whether it's everyday maintenance and repairs or making dream projects a reality. It can be hard just to know where to start, but now all you need to do is Angie that and find a skilled local pro who will deliver the quality and expertise you need. Angie has over 20 years of home service experience, and they've combined it with new tools to simplify the whole process. Bring them your project online or with the Angie app, answer a few questions, and Angie can handle the rest from start to finish or help you compare quotes from multiple pros and connect instantly, which means you can take care of just about any home project in just a few taps. Because when it comes to getting the most out of your home, you can do this when you Angie that. Download the free Angie mobile app today or visit Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
We are audiostack.ai.
Combining AI writing, the best synthetic voices,
with production and delivery.
Be it ads, podcasts, or VOs for video.
Just like this ad. How would you utilize AI audio? For free.
Go to audiostack.ai/contest.
Give us just a few details.
And you could replace this spot and be heard by millions.
See webpage for T's and C's. audiostack.ai/contest.
We are audiostack.ai.
Combining AI writing, the best synthetic voices,
with production and delivery.
Be it ads, podcasts, or VOs for video.
Just like this ad. How would you utilize AI audio? For free.
Go to audiostack.ai/contest.
Give us just a few details.
And you could replace this spot and be heard by millions.
See webpage for T's and C's. audiostack.ai/contest.